Hello my keto peeps, it's Samaya and welcome back to my channel, I Don't Sugarcoat. You guys, do you know what's coming? Valentine's Day. It's time to be with your bae, time to snuggle up and chill and share something sweet. And what better than a guilt-free cheesecake? So let's get started. Okay, if you watched my previous video about how to make crackers, in that video I show you how to make keto graham crackers. And what we're gonna do with those graham crackers today is make a crust for cheesecake. I've tried many different types of keto versions of crust for cheesecakes, and they never quite were right, or just really cut it for me. So I decided to make graham crackers in order to make a crust for cheesecake. Like, that was literally my sole purpose for doing it, guys. And I know that might seem like an extra step, a little extra work, but trust me, the outcome is so much better. And if you love cheesecake like I love cheesecake, trust me, you're gonna be so happy that you went the extra mile, that you did the extra step, and you made graham crackers so you can have a phenomenal cheesecake. Okay, so I've already taken the liberty of putting my graham crackers in my food processor and crushing them down. Now, I made a double batch of graham crackers, as you saw in my last video, because I'm going to be using a fairly big pan. Now, if you're using a smaller pan, you're going to want to make just a single batch. And in the description for that video, the ingredients are listed for just a single batch. So if you want to make a larger pan like mine, then go ahead and double that batch up and you will be good to go for a pan this size. And I believe this is about a 10-inch round. Yeah, I think it's about 10 inches. So, okay, so now to our crushed up graham crackers, we are going to add a stick of butter, or half a cup of melted butter, you guys. So we're just gonna pour this in. And it smells so good, you guys. And I'm just gonna give this a scrape just to get all my butter out, because I like a nice moist crust. I don't want it to be really dry, Okay. Now, to this, even though this graham crackers already has cinnamon and stuff like that in it, we're still gonna add an extra half a teaspoon of cinnamon to this. Okay, and now for the sweetener. Because my sweetener has a 2-to-1 ratio of sweetness with sugar, meaning it's 2 times sweeter, I'm using only 3 tablespoons of this sweetener. But if you're using a 1-to-1 ratio sweetener, then you want to use 1/3 of a cup. And then lastly, you want to add 1/8 of a teaspoon, you guys, of salt. And now we're just gonna pop our lid back on here, and we're gonna give this another blend so we can get that all nice and blended up together, and then we're gonna be adding it to our pan. And that looks pretty blended to me. It looks like it's almost wanting to form a ball, so it's good. So now we're gonna go ahead and bring this over and take our blade out and just get all the stuff off the blade. Now, if yours doesn't come out, that's fine. Just go ahead and start dumping it into your pan. Now, I will tell you guys, I started to make this video once before, and you guys, I was so tired when I was making it that I did not use a spring foam pan like I'm using right now, and that's always what I use when I make cheesecake, but I was so tired when I was doing it, I started to put it into a pie pan, and that's totally fine. If all you have is a pie pan, you can totally do it that way, but I have one and I like using it because it's easier to pop this off and just cut the slices and get your cheesecake out, you know. And so I would totally mess that cheesecake up. I won't be doing that today, you guys, but I just thought I'd share that with you. Okay, so we're gonna dump this in here. And we're gonna use our spatula to press it down really, really good. And we're gonna press that in there. And you guys, it's such a beautiful golden crust right now. It looks so good. Okay, so I think I've got this in here pretty good. Looks pretty level to me. Looks really even. And we're gonna go ahead and stick this in our oven at 350 degrees. And we're gonna bake this for 10 minutes, you guys. We just want to let our pie crust sit. We want to let our pie crust mold together, settle together, you know, become one. Okay, so I think mine looks pretty great. See that? All right, and I'll just put this back in here. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this in the oven for 10 minutes, and then while this is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and work on our filling, okay? Okay, you guys, so now it's time to start working on our filling. I don't know if you can hear those birds outside my house right now, but they are being pretty noisy. It's early in the morning, it's like 7 in the morning, like fresh 7. And so you'll start to probably see the sun coming up behind me in a minute. All right, so now we want to add 3 blocks of cream cheese. And I like to use Philadelphia cream cheese for cheesecake because it just tastes the best. But hey, use whatever you like. It's your cheesecake. You're the one that's got to eat it. So use whatever kind you prefer. All right. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh. First of all, let me just say how totally amazing you people are. I have already gotten to 100 subscribers. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited. Like, even though that is such a small number in the realm of YouTube, you guys, still, it is higher than what I even expected to have at this point. My channel is only like 3 weeks old, so I already have, last I saw, it was like 105 subscribers. So you guys are so awesome. You guys completely rock. I thank each and every one of you. I'm so serious. Like, you guys are so amazing. I so love all of you. Thank you for subscribing and supporting me. Thank you to all the people who have, you know, just commented or sent me messages. You guys have been so nice. Oh, I always forget to turn the sound off on this thing. Jesus. Anyway, you guys have been so nice, so sweet. So I just want to thank all of you for totally just supporting me and being so loving, so kind, so accepting. So thank you so much. Like, really. And I hope we just keep growing together and sharing our experiences together. And I'll keep sharing my experience, my recipes. I'm just so happy, you guys. You guys are so awesome. Okay, so usually I have a towel right here. I totally forgot to put that there today. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put our 3 blocks of cheese in there. We're gonna put in 5 tablespoons of room temperature butter. cream together real quick, and then we will add in our sweetener. So let's just lock that in place and cream this together. Okay, and now scrape down the sides of the bowl, and then we'll give it one more thorough mixing. Okay, and now I'm just gonna take this off real quick just to get all of this off of there before adding the sweetener, if it'll come off. Goodness. Oy, oy. Okay. Okay, so now we want to add 1 cup of Confectioners Swerve, or whatever type of powdered sweetener you want to use. Actually, here's a little tip. If you don't have any powdered Swerve, you can take a granular sweetener and you can stick it in. I haven't stuck it in a blender, so I don't know if that'll actually work, but I have a little spice grinder, and you can just stick it in a spice grinder and grind it up and it'll turn into powder. So if you don't already have some of this on hand, but you do have a granular sweetener, go ahead and do that and you can still make this. Jeez. All right, now go ahead and let that mix up well. And now I'm gonna get the crust out of the oven. Okay guys, so see our crust? It looks great. It's all nice and set in there. So we're gonna let this cool before we add our mixture to it. All right, and now let's stop this and scrape down our sides. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just let that mix just a little more. Okay, so now we are wanting to add our sour cream, and we're going to be adding 3/4 of a cup of sour cream to this. Okay guys, go ahead and let that get all nice and blended together. Okay, and now we want to add 3 room temperature eggs. Now we're gonna add them one at a time. So if you have them in a bowl like this, just be careful that you let one yolk drop in at a time. But if not, just go ahead and crack open one at a time and put it in there. Okay, then last but not least, we're gonna add 1½ teaspoon of vanilla. Can you hear the birds? Okay guys, and now you should have a creamy, silky filling. Okay, now if I could totally get this to come off of here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this off of here, and we're just going to give it just a little bit of a stir with our spatula just to make sure, you know, scrape the sides, scrape the bottom, just to make sure everything is all nice and mixed in together. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick this in the fridge for a couple minutes while we our crust to cool down. So pop yours in the fridge, let it sit for maybe 10 minutes or so, and then once your crust has cooled, then we'll go ahead and pour it in there and get this baby in the oven. All right, be back in a jiff. Hello my keto peeps, it's Samaya and welcome back to my channel, I Don't Sugarcoat. You guys, do you know what's coming? Valentine's Day. It's time to be with your babe, time to snuggle up and chill and share something sweet. And what better than a guilt-free cheesecake? So let's get started. Different types of keto versions of crust for cheesecakes, and they never quite were right, or just really cut it for me. So I decided to make graham crackers in order to make a crust for cheesecake. Like, that was literally my sole purpose for doing it, guys. And I know, like, I love cheesecake, trust me. I believe this is about a 10-inch round. Yeah, I think it's about 10 inches. So okay, so now to our crushed up graham crackers, we are going to add a stick of butter, or half a cup of melted butter, you guys. So we're just gonna pour this in, and it smells so good, you guys. And I'm just gonna give this a scrape just to get all my butter out, because I like a nice moist crust. I don't want it to be really dry, Okay. Now, to this, even though this graham crackers already has cinnamon and stuff like that in it, we're still gonna add an extra half a teaspoon of cinnamon to this. Okay, and now for the sweetener. Because my sweetener has a 2-to-1 ratio of sweetness with sugar, meaning it's 2 times sweeter, I'm using only 3 tablespoons of this sweetener. But if you're using a 1-to-1 ratio sweetener, then you want to use 1/3 of a cup. All right, guys, so my cheesecake is out of the oven. Yet again, it got a little darker than I like. I checked on it at 20 minutes, and at 20 minutes, it was still really pale. The edges had not really browned yet. And so I set my timer for 5 extra minutes to check it again. And after 5 minutes, this is what it looked like. I tell you, my oven just does not like me, and it's cleaned and everything. This oven is it's just not my friend. And I'm going to be replacing it soon, because I get so tired of having to play a guessing game with this thing to see when I should pull stuff out. So that will be getting replaced. But all in all, the cheesecake is still going to be really delicious. It's just not the coloring that I like. I like this part to be really pale and the edges to have this coloring. So it's fine. It's going to go in the fridge now. You want to stick this in the fridge. Now, should it go in the fridge overnight? Maybe. But I'm going to go ahead and just put this in the refrigerator until about 5 o'clock, my eating time. And then I will come back and have a slice cut out of it and on a plate so I can show you what it all looks like together, you guys. So go ahead, and if you've made this, stick yours in the refrigerator overnight if you want, or for at least 12 hours, because you want it to get a nice good set. And I'm not gonna cover mine. So if you want to cover yours, I would probably suggest not covering it, because you don't want to let any condensation build up and get the top of your cheesecake all watery and stuff. So I would suggest just putting it in the refrigerator as is, like this, for at least 4 or 5 hours so it can get cold and chilled if you want to cover it. But I'm not going to cover mine at all, not until after I've cut into it. So this baby's going in the fridge for the next, the next 8 hours, and then we'll be back and I will show you what it looks like, you guys. So see you in a bit. Okay guys, so it's been about 10 hours and it is done. Here is the final end product, you guys. A nice, delicious piece of cheesecake. I've got a little bit of chocolate on here. I've got some strawberries, a little whipped cream, and I would totally dig into this if it was not outside my eating hours. You guys know how strict I am about that. So this is the end product. This is what you're gonna end up with, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this tastes so amazing. I know because I've had it already. The inside is very, very moist, very delicate. I'm telling you, this is gonna be the best keto cheesecake you've had. You're not gonna be sorry you put in the extra work, and you guys are going to be thanking me for telling you how to make these graham crackers for it. So I think that's all, you guys. I think that's it. If you guys make this, please share in the comments how you felt about it. And I will go ahead and leave in the description of this video the nutritional value of this. So I don't think I got anything else. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, click the subscribe button, and don't forget to click that little bell so you can get notifications every time I post a new video. Until next time, you guys, bye.